Meg the Stallion,
Mm.
and the baby got beef,
Yeah, yeah,
or she got
yeah,
beef with him. He doesn't really have beef with her.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And now this is all over the whole Tory Lanez allegations where he allegedly shot her.
yeah,
And so she's mad at the baby because they are friends, they've done business or
yeah,
done music together. And now she feels like he's fraternizing with the enemy because he did music with Tory Lanez.
yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I don't think it makes her look good. At the end of the day, this is all alleged, at least to us.
Mm,
So therefore, I can't say the baby is wrong for looking at it in the same light that I don't know what happened. I'm a fan of his. He's my friend. I'm a fan of hers. She's my friend. So I'm going to stand clear of anything. Like if Tory Lanez takes a shot at her in the song or something, then I'd be like the baby's wrong. Like, you know what I mean? You need
mm,
to stay neutral if that's the role you want to play. But if he's going and just wants to make music with somebody that's accused of something but hasn't been found guilty, I don't see a problem with it. So I think that Meg Thee Stallion is actually wrong on this, just because she let her emotion get in the way of, in my opinion, her
yeah.
better judgment. Because it's like, again, at least in public, it doesn't make her look good. It makes her look like she's very spiteful at this moment.
Yeah.
And again, if someone shot me, I would probably be the same
Allegedly.
way. But no, I'm just saying, if someone, like from her
Yeah.
point of view. So if someone shot me, I'd probably be the same way. Like, no, you choose a side. This person tried to physically harm me. So, but again, from the baby standpoint, like, I don't know what happened, and I'm just gonna stand clear and be an artist and just do music. So that's first of all. Secondly, boyfriend Partisan Fontaine came at the baby and was really just being disrespectful himself. And the baby was like, "You must not know about me." And
Exactly.
I'm just saying, I thought that again, all encompassed, all together, was just a bad look. I don't think that, I understand taking up for your woman, so I get that, but I also think that you should, in in a relationship, you should also, you should protect your partner, but you should also protect them from themselves. And I
Mm.
think Partisan should have been trying to say, hey, let's get off the internet and deal with this, rather than jumping in and threatening people, or
Yeah.
at least talking reckless to people.
Yeah.
So I thought it just wasn't a good look to me. How do you feel about it?
I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion. She feels the way she feels, so I can't say she's wrong for it. If I understand a lot of people are in their feelings. So the first thing they're not thinking the first thing to do is pick up the phone and call the person to see where their head was at, why they did what they did. At the end of the day, like you said, he is friends with both of them. It's not been proven that it was him who was the trigger man. So for me to now cut him off because of allegations, I understand you're saying he did it and I'm your friend. He's also my friend and he's saying he didn't do it.
Yeah,
So I can't be there and take sides to say who's right and who's wrong.
yeah,
I'm just neutral until it's proven that he did it. That's when I can say, hey, I'm gonna step back from you because
yeah,
of what you've done. I saw an interview or a clip where Tori was talking about people still rocking with him, but in silence, behind the scenes.
yeah.
If I was in a situation like this, if you're gonna rock with me, rock with me. If you're not gonna rock with me, that's cool too. Don't rock with me. Don't rock with me in silence. We're not in kindergarten. We're not in elementary school. We're not gonna play this game where, okay, I'm gonna be your friend, but I don't want anybody to know. No, no. I'll save you the trouble and the efforts. We don't gotta be friends. Don't. It really bothered me when I heard it. You're trying to save face because you don't want people to be mad at you? Is this what's happening? I'm saying my part of the story. She told her side, I told my side. You can believe what you want, and that's fine. But don't act like, oh, you don't rock with me because that's unpopular. But behind closed doors, when nobody's around, hey, yo, we're still cool. No. So I kind of respect the baby for doing music with him still, rather than, and Jack Harlow, who said, hey, that has nothing to do with me. I'm just making music. And I respect people like that.
Yeah.
Now, if it came out that he did do it and people are rocking with him, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But that's how I felt about it.
So I get you, but that's one thing I actually like about Tory's stance. That's why I find Megan's not looking too good right now, because his stance is he's taking a very thoughtful and understanding stance on the situation. Like, I understand what I'm being charged with. So I understand people that don't want to stand next to me. I'm not going to force you to declare my innocence until you're sure about it, because it's a crazy thing that I'm being accused of. So me, I actually appreciated it. I didn't mind him saying that. I found it sucks that you're in a position like that, but I think that it's understandable.
There's nothing wrong with him saying that.
Yeah.
And it's cool that he's understanding about it, and he understands their standpoint on it. But don't do me any favors. This is really how I feel. Like, if you're not gonna rock with me, don't rock with me. That's fine. And if you rock with me, that's fine too. But don't make it seem like you hate me in the public eye, and then behind closed doors, yo, we're still gonna work together and still make music.
So, but that's not what I've kind of understood from how he was saying it. How I understood it was more so him saying, like, people weren't, trying to declare my innocence or ride for me in public, or fight that battle. That's more
but
so
it's
how
not
I
their
understood
battle
it.
to fight.
No, but that's
they
more
weren't
so.
There, so
but that's more so how I understood what he was saying. How people, like, because if it's your friend, like, if me and you were family, and if somebody says you did something and you said you didn't, I'm be like, yo, he didn't do it. Like, I'm riding with you. So I think that's more so what he was saying, that even people that wouldn't be out front saying they were cool or we're cool and riding together, like in background here, they'd be like, yo, you know what, you're gonna get through this. If you say you didn't do it, we'll figure out. He's just saying they weren't outspoken about it. So I think that's a little different from people, saying, hey, he did it, and then in the back, like, I don't think he meant it like that. I think he meant it more so.
No, I don't think anybody was coming out saying he did it.
Yeah, but I think he was more so people weren't saying they fully support him in public, in which, again, I don't see how you could expect people to say, when you have someone directly saying, this person did this to me. And if you're my friend, you're not going to put me in a position for me to say, like, yo, come on, you need to tell them that I didn't do it. Like, I don't know you didn't do it, bro. Like, I would be the same way. I know how you're saying you are, but I'd be the same way. I'd be like, yo, as long as you're not disrespecting me in public or doing something, I know what I'm being accused of. So, you know what I mean? Just stand clear.
Yeah.
I understand you'll give me, like, yo, don't worry, you're going to get through this. I know you're a good dude. And if you say you didn't do it, I believe you. But I wouldn't want or expect you. Well, of course, I might want you to declare it to the public, but I wouldn't expect it. And it wouldn't change our relationship if you didn't say, yo, he didn't do it. I'm sure of it. Like, I wouldn't expect you to do that. But that's it.
I wouldn't want anybody to do it, and I wouldn't expect anybody to do it, because nobody else was there. Only the people who were there. That's the only people who I'd say, hey, say something.
Yeah, but that's what he was saying. But that's what he was saying. In private, they would give him their support. It's just public,
I understand.
They wouldn't.
But in public, anyways, you know what? You're right. Because I'm still thinking of Jack Harlow, where asked about it, he said, hey, this has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
It's just the music. It's business. This is what we're doing. And I appreciated that because he kept it a buck. He said what he said. Other people, they'll act like they don't want to work with him. They're not going to do anything with him. They're not going to talk to him. But then behind closed doors, as soon as everything blows over, we're going to be best friends.
Not to make it about race, because I know that's what it seems like we always do. I always do. But again, Jack Harlow has a privilege. Black artists for some reason, are painted with the same brush. So if let's say, if you hung around with Chris Brown when that ordeal happened, the world was going to hate you. When this thing happened with Tory Lanez, if anybody was trying to hang with him, the world was going to hate him. But somebody like Jack Harlow, that is naturally mainstream, we'll put it that way, naturally somewhat out of the way. You know what I mean? He's not a street dude, he doesn't abide by certain rules. The landscape, the world, fans are a lot more forgiving, or don't be like, he doesn't get into this type of business. But let that have been a black artist, I guarantee you they would have been at their heads if they would have said like, yo, I don't care, he's still a great artist, I'm working with him. That, I think that there's two different, especially when it comes to media, there's two different ways that people are looked at. One could be the Jack Harlow way, where he's an innocent person that doesn't want to get into none of this nonsense. And I think there's I don't know, if the baby, if it was when things started, when it just started happening, if he would have came out with a song with him, everyone would have been like, let's cancel the baby. I guarantee you that would have been popping. Just now everything kind of died down. But if it was a couple months ago, people would have been trying to cancel the baby. I guarantee
you. Oh, you're right. So, topic music. T-Pain and Usher, good friends. And when T-Pain came out with his auto-tune and stuff like that, Usher approached him and said, hey, you know you're ruining music for like us real singers. And that put him into a 4-year depression. Now, do you think Usher was wrong for saying that to him? Do you think he took it way too far, saying he went into a 4-year depression for that comment? What do you feel about that whole?
I don't. Okay, so I'll start off by saying I don't think Usher was wrong. If we look at the state of music right now, it's actual factual. He definitely assisted in the in
shift.
my opinion. I know
he didn't ruin it. It was the shift.
I think the ruining of R&B music. It's not too many artists are singing legitimate R&B music. There's a lot of auto-tune. There's a lot of rap singing, but just crooning R&B. When that auto-tune hit, it made a lot of artists that aren't the best be able to disguise their voice with a little bit of auto-tune and switching up the beat a little. He assisted in that downward spiral of R&B.
Decline.
There you go. So I think that it's very true to what Usher was saying. Now, do I think that T-Pain took it too hard? Not at all. Because T-Pain can really sing. He's a really great artist. Yeah. Like, he's a real R&B singer. So him knowing what he's able to do, and knowing that he just liked the way autotune assisted his voice, but it didn't make his voice. So I think that knowing that, and knowing how much he actually is an artist and really good at his craft, I could see why it would bother him, when it's just like, wow, this is what another respected R&B singer thinks.
Yeah.
And then if you're watching it happen as well, knowing that you could sing without it, I could see why that would affect you. So I don't think he took it too hard. I think that it's understandable how hard he took it. And I think Usher was just being blunt with him, because he did assist in the demise of real R&B. And I'm not saying there's not a couple of good R&B singers or that come out. I'm not saying that. But we'd be lying if we said it's not what it used to be. Or it is what it used to be. There used to be a difference between R&B and rap. And right now, it's
there
difficult.
is no difference.
Exactly. And that's where I'm going with it. How about you? How you feel about it?
I don't think Usher was wrong for telling him.
Mm-hmm.
If you're friends, you should be able to tell people things. Could he have worked on the delivery? Maybe. But at the end of the day, if I'm telling you something, I'm telling you something.
Yeah.
Take it how you want to take it. That's like sending somebody a text message and you send it all in caps. Some people look at it like, oh, why are they yelling? Maybe they just don't know the caps. Have you texted your parents? They tap in caps, and it's not to say they're yelling at you. So it just how you take it.
Yeah.
The message is still the message. Do I think he overreacted? Nope. Once again, it was him, and it's how he felt. He felt a ways about it, and like you said, maybe he was looking and seeing the shift and the change and realizing I can actually sing, where there were times where he'd sing and people would be like, oh, you can really sing. Yeah. But then there are people out there who kill the auto-tune and make a living off of it. And reality, when you hear them, horrible. And he probably saw this happening, the shift, and it probably started getting to him, or not probably, it definitely got to him because he realized Usher's right. I did ruin real R&B.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's wrong for thinking that. I'm glad he got over it. Not 100%. Got over it, but
yeah,
he's working through it. He's better.
Yeah.
And he realized what happened. Yeah. So I felt about that. Like I said, still on the music. Trick Daddy. During an interview.
Yeah.
Saying Beyonce cannot sing.
Yeah.
And then going on to say Jay-Z isn't even that great.
Yeah.
He was just put there because Biggie passed and they need to fill the void.
Yeah.
What do you feel about Trick Daddy's?
Oh, no. I want you to answer. You let me know how you feel about Trick Daddy's situation and what he's saying.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Okay.
Trick Daddy, if that's how he feels, that's how he feels. Would I say I agree with him? Definitely not. Not even a little bit. I can't pretend like I agree with him because Beyonce can sing.
Yeah.
He's saying she doesn't write her own songs. A lot of artists don't write their own songs. But I'm not saying she doesn't, because she does write her songs. She gets people who write songs as well. She collaborates with songwriters. Yeah. So she does all of that. So for you to sit there and say she's not a talented artist, it's like Drake. It's literally like him saying Drake is not a talented artist. Drake can't rap. He doesn't write his own stuff.
Yeah.
We know Drake has written for other people. We know Drake writes for himself. We know he uses reference tracks. So we can't sit there and say he's not good or give him the respect he deserves, just like Beyonce. Give her respect. She can sing. She can dance. She can write. Don't try to take it away from her.
Yeah.
As for saying Jay-Z is just filling a void and no one knew him before Big Pimpin' came out and yada, yada, yada. Okay. Maybe you weren't listening for him until Big Pimpin', and that's why you heard him, because Pimp C and Bun B. But Jay-Z's been around. Jay-Z's been doing this thing. So kill all that.
Yeah.
And then saying because Biggie passed, you're just filling a void. There were other rappers that could have been put in there. So why just pick Jay-Z?
Yeah.
No, it's because he deserved it. He was doing his thing. He was getting busy. So don't try to take away from these people. Once again, you're entitled to your opinion. But do a little bit more research if you were going to make those bold statements.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. Yourself?
So, I was started off by saying I'm a Trick Daddy fan. You know what I mean? Like, always have been.
Little kids.
He's the little kids, yo. Trick Daddy, Miami staple, rap staple, to be honest. He's definitely put his imprint on music. Now, with all that being said, he's definitely idiotic in this specific situation. No disrespect to him because it sounds disrespectful, but definitely nonsense. My man talking nonsense on this, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Beyonce can't sing. Like, dude, like you said, do your research. Amazing singer. Realistically, she's one of my favorites. Now with Jay-Z, that's to me it sounded like personal. It sounded like, you know, when you just don't rock with somebody. That's what it sounded more so. Like it was because there was nothing behind it. Jay-Z's been doing his thing. Reasonable Doubt, all of that. Everyone knows. Anybody that knows of it, and you can't tell me that Trick Daddy doesn't know all of this. He just wanted to basically give it no value and just say UGK, Big Pimpin', put him on the map. We all know that's not the truth. Mind you, that was still one of his biggest hits, not knocking it, but realistically, he was already on a trajectory. Now, I rock with him, but it sounded like he was clout chasing, trolling. Sounded like he just wanted to say something, whether it's personal reasons or just for us to be talking about it. But it sounded very ignorant. It sounded like somebody that has made such a mark in music, and somebody that even I watch his cooking like on YouTube and stuff. Like, my man could cook. Like, I watch all his like different things. So he has a personality. He just has a lot going on for himself. I don't see why you would be putting this in the atmosphere or have people talking about you pretty much being a hater, because that's all it sounds like. You're a hater right now. And I just don't like seeing him go that route. What were you saying?
And I was going to say to you, do you think it's because he has something happening? So he wants the controversy, or he wants the buzz around his name. So when he drops whatever he's dropping, since it's already being talked about, people just go pay attention to what he's doing?
I think that could possibly be it. It would make sense. Again, he has his own restaurant. He does his own thing. That's why I'm saying he has his own lane. This makes no sense. It's left field, just because at least from the outward eye, it looks like he's doing good for himself. So to bring up Beyonce and Jay-Z, people that are cemented in the music industry, like we all seen what they can do. It's not like this is just hype. Like they've been doing this for years consistently at a high level. So you're not going to convince nobody that Beyonce can't sing. Like, that's not happening right now. You're not going to convince anybody that Jay-Z has no talent. We've all bought the albums. Like, what are you trying to get out of this? It makes no sense to me. Again, I'm a huge fan of his, but it's a bad look. It just looks like some hating for no reason at that. Just saying.
And maybe if we see the whole interview, maybe something else will make it make sense, but no, I don't think so either.
Maybe, but that's the thing. Sometimes things are taken out of context, right? So maybe they chopped off the part where he's like, if I was a hater, I would say, and they chopped that out. And then he said everything a hater would say, because that's all he did, bro. Because that's all I got from that, man. It definitely sounded like a hater.
Yeah, like I didn't agree with it. I get what you're saying. Definitely sounds like a hater.
Once again, this is Cuz the Internet Podcast. You can follow us on all platforms: TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. Plus, you could email us at CuzTheInternet@gmail.com. Once again, I'm your host, Trey.
And I'm your Jose. And remember, if it's on the internet, we may talk about it. Ayo!